Well, welcome back. Let's see if I still remember how to do this thing. It has been a long time since I've hit the record button and recorded a podcast or done anything. It's probably been a couple months, or at least getting very close to a couple months. Definitely over a month, maybe just under 2 months. But what a better time! What a better time to jump on here than to tell you about your greatest life. This is a 12-week group coaching program that I did long ago. There's there's been this whole evolution of me personally, but also greatest day mindset. I mean, if we go way back and I try to just anybody who might be new to this movement, this platform, this podcast, wherever you might be listening or watching, if you're new to this, let me just I'll do like this rapid fire mode of catching you up. I've been in the clinical therapy world as a licensed therapist for 15 years. And the first half of that was simply working for other people, working in addiction and recovery services, working with the Department of Corrections, working with um, sex offender units and sexual addictions. I was doing all sorts of things with my with in the clinical world. Then I became a social worker, a clinical social worker at a hospital, doing medical social work. Amazing stuff. Somewhere along the lines, I started my own therapy practice on the side, and I was doing very minimal hours. And then this thing hit me, and it was like, Craig, I've got a bigger purpose and passion to serve the world. I can reach more people. I can do more than just the patients I'm seeing in a hospital. I was at the hospital at the time, or my few clients during the night, during the week. I was 5, 10, maybe 10 clients a week at nights. And I was like, I can do more than that. I can do more. And if you're on video, watching this, then you can see right here beside me is the focus journal, and this was step one in this expanding who I am and what I do and the impact that I wanted to create in the world. And so I thought, how can I reach more people? And the focus journal, a guided journal about gratitude and affirmations and open journaling reflection and celebrating your personal victories. This whole like guided approach to just help people get more in tune and really get focused for the day in a positive and grateful mindset. And that journal is all over the country. It's in different parts of the world. There are thousands of people using this journal. I've been so blessed and humbled how well the journal has done. And even today, as I'm recording this, again, if you're on video over on YouTube, then you're gonna see this. But let me block out a couple names. But I got a I got a letter, not even a letter, it was a postcard. And so if you're the person who wrote this, then you know that it's you. This is amazing. But um, yeah, just a note about like, man, I was off track in life and I don't know where I went off track. And you know what? I got the focus journal and I cannot believe the power and the impact that this journal has had to get me back on track in my life. And it's things like that. Like I received this today. Um, it's amazing. So then I expanded from there. I'm like, okay, I've got the journal and I think there's still more. There's still more for me to do. What is that? What is that? How can I reach more people? I'm having my private practice and it's steady. I've got the journal. And that's when I left my full-time job and went all in on my practice. And again, the continued evolution of of just me and this whole greatest state mindset thing and like create more impact, bigger. We've got to go wider. We've got to get more people connected, more people getting in tune with these concepts of a growth mindset and of gratitude and just the power of a different perspective that I think I bring to this field and to this space of personal development. And so then I started creating products online and community memberships online. And those took a long time. And before any of that happened, here's my whole point. This is where I'm getting to, is I thought, I'm going to put all my best. all my best concepts, right? If it's like, Craig, I'm in therapy with you. So if people are coming to me and I will often ask clients if I'm working with them, I will often ask, what's if we could just get to one issue together in this session or in this work that you and I get to do, what's the one thing that you think I could help you with that would just change things in your life? And we start there and I'm like, okay, cool. Tell me a second one and tell me a third one. And that's usually where we'll begin. And I flipped that question along the way and I thought, I'm going to ask myself that. If a client came to me and said, Craig, if you could only give me one tool that you think would create the biggest impact, what would that thing be? And I asked myself that question and I know the answer. I know the answer. And and then I went from there. I'm like, okay, so what else? And then I answered for the second thing, and then the third thing, and then I put together all of my top, all of my top tools, philosophies, evidence-based practices, concepts. I took all of these things and I put them into one program. And then I built this curriculum around these concepts. My favorite, my most impactful from both the work I've done in my own personal life and the work that I've helped other people, work through over the last, at that point, it was like 12 years, 12, 13 years. And now here on year 15, I have really beefed up this program. I've added a 91 page, 92, something 90 plus page workbook to go along with it. There's video trainings that people get to watch. I've incorporated a live group coaching aspect to this program where we get on a call 13 weeks. There's 12 modules to the program with all of my favorite and I think my most effective approaches and concepts to help you create lasting change in your life. I've put them all in this program to help you create your greatest life. And so hence the name, right? So that's what I've done. And that's what this program is all about. So it is launching here very soon. It will begin on September 15th of 2024. And for the 13 weeks to follow after that, we are going to go through helping you to create a growth mindset, helping you to look back on the stories in your life, right? We pick up these stories throughout our lives from other people, from church, from school, from mentors, from coaches, from friends, from parents. And at many times people will operate underneath these stories for a long, long time before they finally get that permission that says, you don't have to believe that story about you. You are worthy of love, being loved. You are capable of greatness. Yeah, there's this money mindset stuff that people pick up. There's this like self-worth and esteem and all these things that we pick up from very young ages and sometimes later in life too. And I help you to like dissect these beliefs holding you back and not just like identify the negative patterns because that's really common and easy in this personal development space. But I use my skill set as a clinical therapist to also not just help you identify them, but begin to dissect them and break them down and really get to the root and core of these negative beliefs. Then the most important part, help you to then rewrite that story into something more powerful, empowering, hopeful, and resilient, and just this like powerful belief about yourself. We really drive that home in this program and then help you to turn that into action in your life. So, and there's so much more in this program. I could go over every single week. Gratitude is such a powerful skill. We spend a whole week on the science of gratitude and how to actually practice gratitude in a meaningful way, not just simple surface level gratitude, but like deep layered gratitude that actually impacts you in a positive way. We look at your value system in life and fine tune the values in your life and how you can live a more value driven life. Many people hear about a purpose driven life, right? But this is a value driven life. Let the actions that people see be aligned with the values that you have and hold dear to you and in your heart. Like, that's the person you want to be like. I help you to identify these things and turn those into a lifestyle, the way that you actually show up in life. There's so many more. There's so many more concepts and modules inside of this program. It is I the people who have gone through this, I've done 2 live rounds of this, and then I turned it into a self-paced program. But this year in my own growth and my own learning and personal development, it just hit me that it's time. It's time to bring this thing back. And I don't know. I don't know how often I'm going to do this. I would be hopeful that, I'll do it maybe a couple times a year, twice. But I don't know that to be true. I try to really stay in tune with where my passion and my interests and my heart, where my heart is at, which is why you haven't heard from me on the podcast lately. Is I've been doing all these other different these different avenues, these different projects and things going on. And the podcast just hasn't felt like that where my passion is at. And so I try to stay aligned with that value of myself and not just push record for the sake of pushing record and dropping podcasts just for the sake of dropping podcasts. And so the fact that I'm back here today, recording an episode, jumping in here on YouTube, these other media, streams of media is like, yeah, my passion and my interest, it's back. And I'm putting everything I got into this program, Your Greatest Life. So invest in yourself. This is that opportunity for where that passion for me meets that desire for you to create change and upgrade your life and your relationships, your mindset. You know, there's often this like place of desperation to just create change. And I hear people all the time like, I'm stuck. I'm stuck. I don't know where to start. Or I do know where to start, but I just can't stay consistent in it. Or I fall off, or I don't have that accountability, or there's that sense of community. All of this stuff is going to be a part of your greatest life. So um, let's dive in. Let's dive in. I already hear it, right? I've done programs myself. I'm back in another program right now. Um, and it's an investment and you're worth it. But the bigger thing to think about right now, if you're actually considering this program, the thing really to think about is like, what will my life continue to be like if I don't sign up? If I don't take a chance, and it will be a sacrifice with time, with energy, with other resources in your life, but you're worth it. You're worth the sacrifice. You've been sacrificing for so long. Now is the time to truly invest and dive deep into this growth stuff. And I really think I've got this formula figured out that I can give you the tools. I can walk you through this, and you're gonna end up better off after this is all said and done. Head over. I'll put the gosh, what is that thing called? The landing page. I'll put the website in the show notes. Go just check out some of the details of the program and listen. There's a couple people in there who shared a video testimonial with me. Go listen to their experience. Go read some of the other reviews from this program and just really sit with it and start to picture and imagine and visualize that version of you at the end of this program. The stronger, the wiser, the better version of you, the more resilient version of you, the one who looks in the mirror in the morning and is like, it is going to be an amazing day. I've got the tools and I've got the belief. I've got the belief in myself and the worthiness inside myself. I do deserve this. I do deserve to create this life that I've dreamt of, that I desire. Because you are worth that. You're worth that investment. And I'll tell you, I'm bringing my best in the return of your greatest life. And so don't miss out on this thing. And gosh, even more than that, I just threw in, just talking with my assistant, we decided to throw in all the courses that I've created up to this point. I think there's 4 of them at this point and more to come. But the 4 courses that I've completed that are also on my website, they are part of the program. They're not part of the program that we're going to go over them, but they're yours. Once you join Your Greatest Life, you get instant access to the 4 courses that I've created: communications, the values course, the self-love course, and the emotional regulation course. And they're all powerful in their own rights. So you will have the program, and then you'll have so much more after that to continue to work and support your life and your growth and your development, your relationships, and just who you are. So I hope to see you there. Always feel free to reach out and contact me if you've got questions. If we just need to talk a little bit more about this program, but it's good to be back on the podcast. It's good to be back here in video format, and I look forward to supporting you even further. And I thank you for the support that you also give me and the belief in these like little notes that I get in the mail, the messages I get online, the people who sign up for these programs and courses, and it's all, we need each other in this. It's not possible without both sides of this, and I'm so grateful and appreciate you. And I'll see you in your greatest life. 2.5 weeks to go, and we are diving in. We're getting started. So I will see you there.